So here is your first look at a real and a fake pair of Nike Air Jordan 3 Retro OG in the black cement 2024 colourway. Can you spot any differences? Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing a real and a fake pair of Nike Air Jordan 3 Retro OG in the black cement colourway. I'll be pointing out the differences between the real and the fake pair so that hopefully when you're looking to purchase a pair for yourself, you can avoid accidentally buying a fake pair with the belief that they are a real pair. So with that said, let's start the video. So the first thing that you will notice, keeping the real pair on the left and the fake pair on the right, is that the real pair comes in this Jordan box. And if we look at that box, it has the cement print around the edges here, a black base with lots of the normal print that you would expect to see on these boxes, a Nike Air logo here, and the Jordan logo on top of the box. If we take a look at the size label on the side of the box, you'll see that the product code is here. So for this design and colorway, it's DN3707010. If we take a look at the fake, however, you'll see that it doesn't come in a box. It just comes in this plastic wrapping. And as I've mentioned in lots of my other videos, if any shoes come in a plastic bag like this with a logo on the front, then assume straight away that the pair is fake. Moving on to the interior packaging and accessories, you will see that inside the real box, the box lid is red underneath for a start. And also within the box, we have a booklet, which just has some Jordan 3 detailing on it, as you can see here. And also the shoes are wrapped in this tissue paper, which has the cement print all over it. So quite a nice feature to have there on the tissue paper. And if I just get to the shoes underneath, you will see that there is also this different tissue paper underneath, which is just plain in one colour. Apart from that, there are no additional accessories inside the box at all that are included with the real pair. When we look at the fake pair, however, when I take them out of the packet, you'll see straight away that there are some additional accessories that are included, such as a pair of socks that you can see here, and also this tag keyring along the side that has a Air Jordan 3 on it as well. These are things that would never be present with the real pair, as you can see, and if you receive a pair that has these with them, then assume straight away that the pair is fake. When removing the shoes from the packaging, the first thing that you'll notice is that on the real pair, the left shoe has a laminated Nike Air tag on them, as you can see here. And this is something that isn't present on the fake pair. Also, if we look inside the fake pair, they have these shoe trees present, which are a plastic type material. And again, this is something that would only be present with fake pairs, because in real pairs of Air Jordan 3s and most other real shoes, to be honest, they will just have tissue paper packed inside instead, as can be seen here. If we take a look at the insoles on the shoes, starting with the real pair, you'll see that they have Nike Air printed towards the back. However, the Nike Air is printed in opposite directions on each shoe, so the bottom part of the Nike Air is facing into the instep on both shoes. If we take a look at the fake pair, however, you'll see that the Nike Air text is still present. However, it's printed in the same location on both the left and the right shoe. So on the right shoe, it's in the correct position where the bottom of the Nike Air is facing into the instep. But on the left shoe, the bottom of the Nike Air is facing into the outer step, which is incorrect. Another point on the interior of the shoes is that on the real pair, you can see this mesh material here is a very light grey, and it matches up very well to the leather that runs around the edge of the shoe, that goes all the way around here and around the edge of the tongue and on the tongue itself. On the fake pair, however, you'll see that this material is almost white. It's a very light coloured material, and it doesn't match up very well to the leather that goes around. So the leather around the edge on the fake pair is a much darker grey than it is on the real pair, as you can see here if I put them side by side. If we look at the elephant print, you'll see that on the real pair, it is much lighter in colour. And this is actually a colour that was added specifically to the 2024 variant of the black cement Jordan 3. If we take a look at the fake pair, however, you will see that the elephant print is a much darker grey. And this is something that is a lot more similar to the 2018 variant of the Jordan 3 black cement. The big thing to look out for here though, however, is the actual material itself, because on this one it's a very light suede material and you can feel that it's slightly soft, whereas on the fake pair it's actually a leather type material. And even on the 2018 version that would have this print, it would still be in this softer suede-like material rather than the leather material that you can see here on the fakes I have in front of me. Looking at the tongues on the shoe, you'll see straight away that there is a difference in the size of these. So on the real one on the left, you'll see that the tongue comes up pretty much in line with the top eyelet here, and it doesn't go much further beyond that. Whereas on the fake one, you'll see that the tongue goes over very much above the eyelets, as you can see there. And if we just show you that from behind, it just gives a better idea as to where the tongue sits. So on the real one, even when I pull it forward, it doesn't really go much above these parts of material here or the heel. Whereas on the fake, if we keep it here, you'll see that it goes a lot further above these two parts of material and the heel. The tongue on the fake is also a lot wider than it is on the real one, as you can see here. And also there is a piece of stitching that runs below the Jordan logo on the tongue before there is the perforated leather at the bottom. On the real pair, you'll see that this piece of stitching is very straight. So if I just show you that up close, you can see that it runs in a complete straight line here at the bottom of the Jordan logo. Whereas on the fake, it's almost a semicircle piece of stitching that runs around. In addition to this, you'll see that on the real pair, there is a much smaller gap between the top of the Jumpman logo and the top of the tongue, and also a much smaller gap between the bottom of the Jumpman logo and the top part of the stitching here. On the fake, however, you'll see that the gap between the top of the Jumpman logo and the top of the tongue is a lot bigger, and it's also a much bigger gap between the bottom of the Jumpman logo and the piece of stitching that runs here on the tongue. Moving on to the outsoles, keeping the real pair on the left and the fake pair on the right, you'll see that the grey part of the outsole on the real pair is a quite light grey, and this matches up very well to the pieces of leather here and also the tongue and the mesh part in here. If we take a look at the fake, however, you will see that this grey is a lot darker, and this grey matches up a lot nearer to the elephant print grey that we have here. One final thing to point out, which is something that is common on most fakes, not just these, is that the quality control is a lot worse. So on this fake pair that we have here, you can see there are loose parts of stitch in there. There are little scuffs around the shoe as well. If I just show you on the right shoe, around the elephant print, you'll see there's some scuffs there. And there is normally loose glue and bits of paint that are overlapping in different parts of the shoe. So if we look on the soles, you'll see that on the white parts there's lots of grey overlapping. And again, this is something that wouldn't be present on the real pairs. Thanks for watching. If you could please like and subscribe, then that would help me greatly, as it allows me to grow the channel and to make more videos like this. Also, if there is anything else that you would like to see me review, then please leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to cover as many of those as I can. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.